Welcome back to an episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Yay! It comes out like it's Thanksgiving's being released. Thanksgiving will be on the Monday after this airs. I'm a Thanksgiving fan. I do like Thanksgiving.
Me too.
But before we get going, what's new? What's the haps?
I actually have a couple of shows coming up that are worth mentioning, I think. On Monday, Thanksgiving Monday, I'm performing at the Linux Lounge in Moncton.
Ooh.
And then on Wednesday, there's a really fun show coming up in Hampton at Hampton Brewing. It's Roast Giving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, where a bunch of local comics, New Brunswick local comics, will roast each other.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
You want to know what my roast name is?
What is your roast name?
Caitlin Mean Dean.
Caitlin Mean Dean. I like it. We're going with that from now on. And then you also have James Mullinger coming up at some point.
Yes, I will mention that on the next episode where I was asked to open for James Mullinger in January, and I'm so excited.
That is super exciting. And we are not recording this one after the one you're going to see next week. That's for sure.
Yeah, we definitely are. All the new news isn't in that next episode.
But yeah, let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving.
Me too. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Halloween is my favorite. Thanksgiving's probably like my second favorite.
Big October guy.
Yeah. Big in October. I love the summer, and then I love October, and that's it. Yeah, July to October. What is your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
You know what I like about Thanksgiving is it's a very family-oriented holiday. We get to spend time together, but there's no pressure. It's not like a gift-giving holiday. It's not like I have to save thousands of dollars. I don't spend thousands of dollars on gifts, but hundreds of dollars on gifts.
Yeah.
And be stressed about that. And it's just a low stress, fun family holiday that you don't have to worry about weather too much. Like, it's just
someone has to stress about Thanksgiving. There's at least one person stressing about Thanksgiving.
Well, the
person cooking.
Like my mom or my sister, one of the two will cook a turkey. But we'll all be there, keeping them company and helping if needed. And even that, I was in cooking turkeys for the better part of 50 years. She can do it. Yeah,
my dad usually does the turkey. That's my dad's job. He usually does the turkey. Is there always one thing that's always forgotten in the microwave or on the stove?
No.
Oh, that's the biggest thing for my family. There's always everyone. I think everything's out and we're eating, and then we're putting it away, and then someone's like, "Oh my gosh, we forgot the."
No, food doesn't get forgotten in our house.
There's always one thing. It's either rolls or stuffing or something.
No. That's just you.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to eat Thanksgiving?
The dressing.
Dressing?
Yeah.
Dressing's your favorite?
Yeah. What about you?
Is your dressing homemade dressing, or is it the box made dressing?
Homemade. And bread and potato base.
Ooh.
And the ingredient that really makes it for me in mom's recipe, which was borrowed from my dad's mom, is the summer savory.
Oh. We do the box.
Which is also delicious.
I like the box stuff.
Yeah, box dressing has a place.
That's right. My favorite thing. So when I was a kid, my favorite thing for Thanksgiving was the drumstick. I always ate the drumstick. I now like squash. Squash is probably one of my favorites.
That's one of my least favorite vegetables.
Really?
Yeah,
I love
gross.
Squash.
I'd rather eat a sweet potato any day of the week.
I like sweet potato too, but I love squash. I don't know. There's something about it. It's great. Mashed potatoes are great too.
Yeah, love a good mash.
Yeah. Do you have any family traditions around Thanksgiving?
No, we're kind of a traditionless family because we're kind of, I don't, in more recent years with my sister, she's worked a lot of shift work over the years, and I've worked a lot of sporadic shifts over the years. And now she has kids that go back and forth between her and their father and that kind of thing. So our tradition is just to find a way to be together on whatever day, doing whatever. And they, on Thanksgiving, there's usually turkey, but it's not like it's
yeah. So is you've always had it's always at your parents' place for Thanksgiving?
No, I've done it when I lived in Woodstock. I hosted a Thanksgiving dinner once. My sister's done it at her place, and it's been a lot of times at mom and dad's. Yeah.
We use so it used to be my grandparents. We used to always have it at my grandparents' place, and then always at my parents' place, except for one year. Me and Andrea hosted and had her parents down and my parents down. That was one year because her brother was living with us then as well. So it was just like, hey, everyone, come have it at us. Yeah. But normally it's either at her parents or it's normally at my parents' place for Thanksgiving. We've only ever gone to her parents' place once for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We do typically try and do like Christmas back and forth, but Thanksgiving's just it's such a weird time of year that it's
right.
like it's only like one day, so it's hard to.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know Thanksgiving isn't an actual like holiday in Canada or in New Brunswick anymore? Like a paid holiday?
It is for me.
Well, yeah, but it's a federal holiday, not a provincial holiday.
Okay.
A couple years ago, it was changed from
a stat.
Yeah, and they took it because Remembrance Day used to not be a provincial holiday; it was a federal holiday. But then they moved Thanksgiving.
No, Remembrance Day has always been a provincial one. Yes, because Ontario has never had a day off on Remembrance Day.
Because anyway, we never had Remembrance Day. We had Thanksgiving, and then we swapped it here. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I don't. Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I think that requires more research.
Thanksgiving is not a stat holiday, so that's all I'm saying.
Are you sure?
Yes. My work technically
doesn't have to pay you for it.
It does not have to pay for it, and could ask me to work. But yeah, I do enjoy Thanksgiving. Do you have any like real fond memories of Thanksgiving? Are there like any memories that stick out to you?
Not really. No.
What
about you?
There's a few. So on my mom's side, I remember we always had Thanksgiving in like their dining room, which was never really a dining room until like we ate there for Thanksgiving and Easter and things like that.
Right.
But other than that, that was like their fancy area.
That's cool.
So I always remember that, and I always remember when I got to an age where I could like write, I would make everyone like a placemat for where they had to sit.
Oh, that's kind of cute. So when did that stop?
I don't know when it stopped.
Has it stopped?
No, I still
do. You make the place cards now?
No. But that's definitely one of my memories. And then we didn't go to Thanksgiving often at my father's side, but we did sometimes. And I do remember a memory of just like everybody being there because my dad's side is just huge family. And so I remember just cramming everyone in to that, and then like having the kids sit in one little area and the adults were in another. And I remember.
That's so big. That's huge. We're usually pretty intimate in our family. Like it's pretty small. Like just me and my sister, my parents, her kids, sometimes her partner, sometimes not.
We from on my mom's side, it's small. It's usually just my parents, my sister, and my uncle, and then now her kid and her fiance will be there. But normally it's just a small on my mom's side. But yeah, my dad's side's always been very, very big. We do a corn boil on Labor Day weekend every year.
That sounds fun.
My dad's side's huge with family things. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you seem to have a lot of family events and stuff. Are they always fun? Are they sometimes dramatic? Like,
no, they're usually fun. It's usually everyone's pretty cordial about things, about opinions and things like that. So they're usually pretty fun, pretty happy-go-lucky at those things because at the end of the day, we're all family, right?
Yeah.
But I do enjoy getting together with family, even if I have different opinions than certain family members.
Now, tell me back to food. Has your family ever experimented with Thanksgiving dishes?
No, my family is pretty straightforward. It's turkey, squash, the one I don't like, which is also yellow, turnip. Usually potatoes, corn, and then the boxed stuffing. Usually a roll of some sort, and then beets. That's about it. That's the. I don't think there's ever really been anything different. What about you? Oh, and ham like sometimes.
So I always have turkey and mashed potatoes and homemade dressing. And we used to have rolls when we were younger, but we've always been kind of health conscious. So mostly don't have rolls now, but you never know what nanny, and by nanny, I mean my mom, will do. But one year, and actually for a few years, Mom took your least favorite vegetable and revolutionized it.
Oh,
with a turnip puff, which was basically dessert turnip. And it was so good because I've never been a huge turnip fan either. It kind of has a bitter taste.
Yeah.
And the only way I've ever really enjoyed it prior to this was mashed with carrots, which is delicious, by the way. But this turnip puff had like cinnamon and sugar, and it was baked in brown sugar, and it was like, oh God, it was good.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never been a turnip person. I don't know.
You turn up your nose at it?
Yeah. Reminds me of this giant book I used to have about feeding the animals turnips at a zoo. It was like this giant book. Like it was like the size of me when I was a kid, like maybe even bigger than me. And it was all about feeding turnips to...
Is that why you don't like them?
Maybe.
That's so funny. Would you try delicious dessert turnip?
I mean, I try things all the time. I'm not against trying different foods. I just don't like turnip.
And we also one year we had my cousins over for Thanksgiving as well, and that was really nice. And my cousin Haley made candied yams because we'd always heard about it on like American television.
Candied yams?
Yeah, it's like an American Thanksgiving thing, and they're pretty delicious too. It basically is adding sugar and butter to yams.
Okay.
Much like turnip puff, which is adding sugar and butter.
Yeah,
turnip. So when you add sugar and butter,
you just basically want the sugar and the butter.
Well, and putting it under the guise is something that's healthy.
Perfect. What about desserts? What kind of desserts you guys do, or do you have desserts for?
We do have desserts, often crisp of some kind, like an apple crisp usually.
Yeah.
How about you?
Pies, usually pies. Nice. My dad usually makes an apple pie.
Nice.
That's the standard. Sometimes we get a pumpkin pie. I'm a big fan of pumpkin pie. In fact, there's a giant Costco pumpkin pie in our fridge right now.
Yesterday.
Those giant pumpkin pies for like $6.
Apparently they freeze very well.
Do they? That's not going to last long enough to freeze. It's almost gone as it is. But yeah, sometimes it's a pumpkin pie, but normally it's apple pie.
Yeah. Now your apple pie consumption. Are you an ice cream guy?
No. Well, I like ice cream, but I don't typically like it with my pie. I like I like my pie straight up.
Okay. You like it warmed or cooled?
Warmed. It doesn't really matter, but preferably warm.
And now the apples in your apple pie.
We're just gonna... Are
they like sliced up, or are they kind of like a mush?
Sliced.
Okay.
Dad does sliced. That's the way I prefer it. I prefer a nice big chunk of apple with cinnamon and whatever on it.
And have you ever heard of this phenomenon where people put cheese on their pie?
I have. I don't. I mean, I get it. I've had like cheese on apple before, so I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be that bad, but it's kind of weird.
I find it a strange thing. I've never tried it. I'm willing to try it, but what I always hear my mom's voice in my head. I'm like, why would you add extra calories to apple pie if it's already delicious? And I'm like, that's a really good point. Why would you add extra calories?
To make it more delicious.
But does it really make that much more delicious?
I don't know. I've never tried it. Might be revolutionary. Might be the best thing ever. Maybe. And going forward, that's the only thing I eat in my entire life.
There you have it. You heard it here first, folks.
Apple pie or nothing.
Apple pie or bust.
It's my apple pie and cheese, and that's my diet. How did he die? He had too much cheese.
on his apple pie.
Yeah, I was. Have you ever? Did your family ever do like blueberry pies or any?
Oh yeah, blueberry pie or blueberry crisp for sure, delicious.
Yeah, but apples typically, like my family's typically an apple person this time of season.
Yeah, it is apple season.
Yeah, apple picking season. Do you apple pick?
I mean, I have not this year. It's not. I'm not like a must go take photos in the apple orchard millennial.
Not a basic lady.
I'm not.
I'm a basic lady.
Hardly anything. I'm hardly a basic lady.
I become it's October. I become a very basic lady.
Pumpkin spice and apple and cheese.
Yes, I do love my pumpkin spice. Big Tut has their pumpkin ale out now.
I know. I've been largely off the sauce.
Yeah. I have also surprisingly I only had one last night. Like I've been very conscious of what I've been drinking lately, so I've been
probably more on that on our next episode that we record.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, this is gonna be a short episode. I think we're wrapping it up right here, but I love Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you know what I'm thankful for, Isaiah? I'm thankful for you.
Same.
I'm so glad that we do this regularly.
I know, me too. What do you got? Got anything you want to tell the people before we wrap up?
People, I'm also thankful for you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in week over week. Thank you. Just thanks.
Thanks. And you can come on over to Facebook. Check us out on Facebook if you haven't already. Sometimes we put notifications up there. Actually, my thing has started to automatically put notifications up there, so you know.
It does?
Yeah.
That's why we get likes on weeks that I haven't posted anything.
I have said it. The podcast portion automatically uploads now. For those of you who have been seeing it on Facebook more often, because someone, I'm not going to name names, is supposed to make posts on Facebook, but never does.
I have occasionally.
But yeah, if you want to come check us out on Facebook, Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook. We also have our donation thing up still, so if you want to come buy me a coffee, we're working towards that new camera so that we can have a nice fixture camera that'll definitely look way better than our picture now. And
how could we look any better?
I know, right? And if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast, if you can comment there, that'd be appreciative. But if you want to hop on over to YouTube and see the video, hop on over. And if you are watching on YouTube, if you can share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff over there, that would also be appreciative. And again, we are thankful. Have a happy, safe Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.